What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Blk Blu Show. I'm your host, Blake. My co-host, Kyle. And here we are, starting off the new year.
What's up, guys?
We're just going to get this out of the way.
Yeah. You're actually sitting more upright right now, which is kind of funny. I was trying to be funny there. All right, so let's just...
I fixed it.
All right, guys, show's over.
I'll fix that too.
All right, so there's nothing to talk about with the bell because it's no longer a thing.
No, dude. You got to tell him.
You ruined my little surprise. You ruined my surprise. He's so clever. What did you put in there? Did you dig through my bag?
Buddy, come here.
What'd you put in there? You put a nail. This.
Dude, you broke my bell, dude. Buddy, come here.
This is funny. So I took the little the weight thing, the dinghy thing off of there, but I didn't do it quick enough because I know you heard me doing it.
I heard you messing with it, and I came in here and I saw this, and I shook it, and I was like, what in the world? And I looked down, and it's when you were downstairs. I ran in there and found a little tiniest paper clip, dude.
So that's the preparation side of this, man. Like I was like, oh, I'm gonna do something like creative with it, just outside of just taking out the. Let me just show you.
I took the film gun, dude. I took the.
All my things.
Well, I guess this is going on. This is going on the shelf now.
So this is what I took off. But so here's the backstory. I was gonna replace that with something soft, and not just tape it up, but like something that would like hang. So it would be like very noticeable. But then I never did it. So last minute I'm rushing, and I just like unhook it and take it off. But he heard me messing with it from the bathroom, so I knew it. And you did. You threw your vision out. But it's no longer a thing. So I don't know what this ever was, but.
No, it's just.
Oh, dude. Okay, that's a perfect. First of all, welcome back to the show, the Blk Blu Podcast. I'm Kyle Morgan. That's Blake Cook. Let's just start over.
They're starting over.
Hey, we have an abundance of people watching our podcast. Thank you so much for that. But please, if you're not subscribed, man, click that subscribe button if you can, just to help support the channel. Starship Commander runs a tight ship.
Very tight ship.
Very tight. And he literally just like pointed at Blake just now, and you can rewind back to that, but just look at the fear inside of Blake. He was like, because he didn't have the mic in front of his face.
Like a very.
He
tight
literally
ship.
was just like shook. So that just shows you the how tight the ship is here. I will caveat that by saying he's also a very giving commander. So if you look here, we have a gift that he had made for us. It's actually really cool. These are the pop yourself things, but you got Blake here and then me with the glasses and all. I was actually going to wear my glasses just because of that. But so I'm not going to continue to talk smack on Starship Commander, other than he still won't let me carry the light into the podcast, or excuse me, into where we shoot the hands-on videos. We just shot another hands-on video.
He lets me carry it.
But we didn't get started. But we didn't get started for 45 minutes because he wouldn't let me grab the light, and he was late this morning. So,
but he had gifts.
But he did have gifts. And the other thing. So the gift is great. Thank you so much, Starship Commander. But the other thing is he also won't let us he won't collab with Blk Blu Podcast unless it's an episode. He's already trying to take down our Christmas card from a collab because it messes up the feed.
What?
Yeah. But then he uses it. Then he uses it to post behind the scenes stories about things that aren't Blk Blu.
Oh.
So I don't know what kind of ship he's running, but it's tight.
Just so you know, back in the Pirates days, they were able to vote out the captain.
It's called a mutiny.
So
throw him overboard. Well, I have in big bold lettering about the bell notification, but there's no point. There's no point.
Bro, you broke my bell. You didn't have to go. Was it?
Well, the alternative was flipping the table and then beating you up.
You didn't stretch before, so
I did out there.
You would have thrown your back out.
No, I did. I just did.
Then it would have been the whole thing. I had to come pick you up, put you back in the chair, act like you were not broken.
Yeah. So.
Bell notifications for YouTube.
What's that?
Bell notifications for YouTube.
Oh, I stand corrected. I thought he was being funny because we got our homework graded, and like a little kid, Blake was like, this gives me anxiety about like from childhood getting test graded.
Dude, I sucked in school.
Starship Commander checks our homework. I got an A++.
Dude did not get an A++.
Yeah, I did.
Let me see. I
can't see my notes, dude.
That's
we don't like compare notes or anything like that. So, but Starship Commander checks them out. He makes additional notes. The bell notification was for notifications on YouTube. I thought he was talking about the little dingy bell. So they're alerted when a new episode drops on YouTube. And if you're first to this episode, click that subscribe button because I just got that thing going too. But you won't know what I'm talking about with the Christmas bell thing. So watch the episode before and the one before that. And you will. But it's no longer a thing because it's the bell's no longer with us.
I will order a bullhorn for the next episode. See,
does it make you feel
empowered, big, strong? Yes. Powerful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's get into it. Sit up.
You set up.
I am up.
This is exactly how I said every episode.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You just trying to be Starship Commander now?
What's up, guys? I'm Blake Cook. Don't call me Blakeypoo. I'm Blakeypoo.
So confusing. He likes it, but he doesn't. Nobody knows.
Did you change your hat again?
No.
You did. You had a green hat on.
So did you.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I've had this hat on the whole day.
No, you haven't, dude.
What are you doing? Can we get into the episode?
Yeah, go ahead. Get into it.
Well, it's been an interesting year. Like Kyle's attitude. It's been very interesting since we've started this episode. But some big things were celebrated since our last show we put on.
1 million views.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's pretty...
I was hoping I was going to cut you off on what you were going to say.
No, but
sorry,
it wasn't.
go ahead.
It wasn't.
But that is huge. 1 million views on YouTube. The channel. What were you saying?
I wasn't saying nothing.
Oh. All right, guys. So here's what we're going to talk about. I'm just messing, dude. Go ahead. I'm nervous. So, you know how like operators do podcasts and then they're just really tense, you know? And they try to act like they're not. That's us.
What is wrong with you? Are you good?
Yeah. You were talking? You were saying something?
No, I'll let you. You want to talk. So
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, anyways, I was going to talk about my 13-year anniversary.
Sorry, Nicole.
Yeah, I'm very sorry. Well, it's her fault.
No, I was saying no.
She ran.
Hold on. I was saying I'm sorry for interrupting when you were going to say something serious. Your wedding anniversary. Happy anniversary, by the way.
I spent my anniversary with you.
Continue. I don't remember.
No, she actually chased me outside
Oh,
of a bar.
Sorry.
And wouldn't let me leave. That's what a great catch I am.
On your wedding anniversary?
No. When I first met her.
Oh, so you usually have to
Yeah.
say that when you're going to tell a story. You normally got to be
Well,
like,
I
oh, so
said
this
that-
is how we met.
I said I hung out with you on my wedding anniversary, so obviously I wasn't hanging out with her for her to chase me anywhere.
Yeah, but you did something for your anniversary, did you not? Or no?
Not on the actual day.
Yeah, okay.
I spent that with you.
Okay,
Teaching.
okay. And this is how we met.
But that's not how we met.
It's not how you met.
Mm-mm.
So you got chased out of a bar.
All right, we're going to act like he's not a part of this show, so let's just fix both cameras. So, but I'll talk to you. No, so I met Nicole. She cut my hair. That's how I met her.
Mm-hmm.
Then she tried to hook me up with a friend. And then we went out that night, and that friend didn't show up. And then Nicole chased me out of a bar when I was trying to leave. But the people that I was with,
Did you not pay her for the haircut? Why was she chasing you?
nope. My God, we have to get, okay, so we're going to get real detailed here. So I met Nicole, went in, got a haircut, left, came back 2 weeks later for another haircut. She wanted to set me up with some friends.
Okay.
So we planned to go out that night, all of us. We went out that night. The friend did not show up. So I got to hang out with Nicole.
You got stood up.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it wasn't a bad thing.
No.
So we go out. I'm about to leave the bar. I leave the bar.
Acceptance.
I go to get into the car, and she comes running after the bar, chasing after me. Wanted me to come back in because I was so charming.
Oh.
But then the guys that I was with were forcing me to leave because she was a local. I guess that was a no-no.
You don't party with the locals, man.
Nope. But then I ended up going home with her. But did not have
I was going to say,
Or- relations. I was kind of disappointed. But we got married 41 days later.
and they waited till they got married, if you were curious.
Yep. We waited until we got married because that's what you're supposed to do. Anyways, you've ruined that. So next, sorry, honey. I tried to show you some love to our anniversary, but Kyle just
Everyone's following along, man. So
Crush
it's not
that.
like
So-
people are gonna see exactly what's happening,
Nah.
what's happened here.
nope.
And okay,
Next.
so your 13th wedding anniversary.
We're not talking about
and
it
was
anymore.
that
It's
the
over.
story?
It's
Was that the
done.
story though about how you met? Because
Nope.
I think that's awesome. Like,
Oh,
thank you for
it's
sharing
over.
that with everybody. And
It's over.
happy anniversary.
Nope. We're getting a divorce. We hate each other.
Sorry, Nicole. You know what I was thinking just now? That's like a perfect end for one of the reels that Starship Commander makes. Sorry.
Sorry, Nicole.
Sorry, Nicole.
See, that's what we have to think about those things now.
Actually, I don't really ever think about those. But it just came to mind just now.
It just happens.
Maybe not, maybe not, right? I don't get to make those decisions. I'm not in charge.
No, you're not in charge. Not in here.
Nope.
Or out there.
Feels good.
Eric is.
Oh. Okay.
But
All
you
right.
are.
Thank you. So
Till you're not.
obviously Christmas was in between when the last episode came out. We had Christmas. I know we had a fantastic Christmas, man. Everything went exactly as I would hoped. Like, I didn't ask anybody, for any of the family, for anything, any of the gifts that I got. Like, I'm always, as small or as big as they are, I'm always extremely grateful, and excited. It's about giving, as a father. Like,
Yeah.
that's my favorite part about it. Even though a lot of it is Erica her preparation, and then I come in like that last week, and I'm like, where are we at? What gaps do we have? You know,
What needs to be bought?
outside of what Santa's bringing, I don't know, depending on what their list is and all of those things. But
Yeah, Santa does bring some good gifts.
yeah, you see what I did there, Starship Commander?
I see what you did there.
Yeah, because I got a note on here, so it's good. It's good. But anything exciting for Christmas on y'all's end?
Dude, Christmas Day was a disaster.
Was it?
A disaster.
There's a theme here,
A
dude.
disaster. Like, I don't even want to think about Christmas. So Nicole's mom had one job. That was to make a turkey and bring a turkey. That's all she had to do. Well, she shows up at her house at 11 o'clock. Just going to be me, Nicole, Stacy, and her mom. And all she had to do was bring in a cooked turkey. She shows up with a 12-pound turkey, not cooked, and holding a pressure cooker.
Like frozen?
Frozen, dude.
Oh, man.
So she's like, all right, we'll just pressure cook this thing. I'm like, I'm not pressure cooking nothing. These things, I don't like pressure cookers. Them things can explode.
Well, same like deep fry. If you fried it,
Yeah,
like
burn your house
frozen,
down.
that thing.
Like, so I get an extension cord and I run it all the way to the wood line. I'm like, I want this thing away from me. This turkey's frozen. Like, I don't know what's going to happen with this.
You cook the turkey in the wood line?
Dude, in the pressure cooker. Dude, in the pressure cooker. 50 feet from my house, dude. I was terrified. This thing's going to explode. It's a 10-year-old pressure cooker. It's never been used. It was dirty. So I'm like, oh, this sucks. So an hour and a half goes by. Pull the turkey out. The thing's like still alive. Like, you cut into it. I'm like, this is a disaster, Nicole. She done made pies and sides. Long story short, we had leftover cheeseburgers from the night before. While her mom cut off a piece of the raw turkey, boiled it in a thing of water, cooked it a little bit longer, but it was disgusting because she boiled it, and then sat down and ate it and then talked the whole day. It was awful. I almost came down here for Christmas.
Was this Christmas dinner or?
This was Christmas Day for Christmas dinner.
Okay.
Me and Stacy ended up going to the gym.
Yeah.
Like, it was.
Well,
It was a disaster.
Stacy got a truck, right?
Well, Stacy did get a truck.
Hey, you better be grateful for that.
No, he's very grateful.
Yeah.
Nah, he's stoked. Yeah,
It's
so
a nice truck.
We
It's a nice truck.
We got the video. We'll play the video. I sent you. Now he was stoked. So, actually, a funny story about that was we had just filmed the last podcast, and I was driving home that Wednesday night, and Nicole texts me, and she goes, "Hey, we have to get a car for Stacy by Christmas." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I've been blowing this off."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh my God, how am I going to try to find a
So
truck?"
it was like the 18th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
so,
the day we. Yeah.
yeah. So the next day, I just went out and I went to every lot, and cars are just so expensive, even used cars. But we ended up finding this one for him at a really good deal. He's a really good kid. He found out some bad news that day about his biological father too. So about an hour before this video, he was like super, super bummed, and we were able to surprise him with this. So he works at a gym called
That's why you
Rising.
gave it to him a little early, right?
Yeah, I gave it to him a little early, that same day, and wanted to cheer him up a little bit. And I think he was expecting something kind of big on Christmas, so we wanted to surprise him. But we parked a little backstory behind this is he works at this gym, and my wife left her vehicle at the dealership, and we rode together. I drove the truck, she drove the wagon to the gym, but I called him up, and I said, "Hey, make sure you're waiting out front in the lobby, so that way you can just jump in with us and leave." Because I was afraid he was going to be out back, so I pulled the truck around back, and then we walked in the front door, and I told him that we had to unload Pete's truck to put some stuff in the storage.
Reno.
Yeah, so he thought it was just somebody else's truck. So you can go ahead and play it up.
Is this shed unlocked? Pink.
Where is he?
Here, dude. Unlock your car. Unlock your truck.
Stop playing.
Where'd it go? No, this is not my truck.
Unlock your truck.
Stop playing. Stop playing.
Unlock your truck, dog.
Stop.
Unlock it.
No, you're not
Look at the
serious.
tags. Look. Hit tags.
No way. Dude, no.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
Oh
buddy.
my god.
Open it
You're,
up.
you're shocked.
Dope.
V8.
Oh my god. This is the one that I wanted. I sent you the video of it. Remember?
From
From over there.
No, this is different.
No, we got this one.
Oh my god, it's got.
Yeah, so a funny backstory though is about like 2 or 3 months before this, Nicole had to take her car to the shop and she got a rental truck, and it was the only car that the Enterprise had. And we had it in the driveway, and Stacey came home and he thought it was his truck. I gave him the keys.
Oh man,
Then I was like, "Nah, I'm just kidding. It's a rental."
we've done that before
So
too.
he was super stoked about this, but man, he's really deserving of that. I mean, he's a good kid. Like, I mean, you got kids, so you know you do whatever for him.
Disturbing? What do you mean?
Um,
Like discouraging?
Yeah, discouraging.
Like the news he got? You're saying?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. So
I'll translate for everybody.
yeah, it's that West Virginia lingo, so sometimes it comes out,
It's like
but he gets it.
sometimes things come from the Raptors. You know?
Yeah. Then he found $20.
See, it works every time, dude. You tell a lame story, you just follow it up. Then I found $20.
So, yeah, definitely lame story, but anyways,
No, that wasn't a lame story. That was an awesome story.
no, my story was not lame. The joke you just told was
Yeah.
lame, so
Okay.
we had to follow it up with a $20 thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, but how about
Hey,
you guys? What'd you guys do?
Let me know in the comments
Yeah,
what you thought about my joke.
I can already see it.
We'll take a poll on it.
It's a bunch of comments saying how crappy that joke was.
We'll see.
What'd you guys do for Christmas?
So every year, now that we've gotten back into a normal tradition, obviously there was a period where I was out there in the just off my own rocker, but it's been good these past couple years to get back into that tradition. And so we do Christmas Eve dinner at our house, and Erica does like a full blown spread of like a Puerto Rican style.
Oh, that's cool.
So she cooks a pernil and a penne, and tostones with some mayo ketchup. That's my jam. And then you know the what type of rice is it? Does she do arroz con gandules? And then some other fixins.
Hey,
So, and there's a bit of turkey, I think, mixed in there too. But then Christmas dinner. So in the morning, obviously, we do everything, opening gifts and all of that. But then the Christmas dinner, we go over to her sisters, so AJ and Vivi's house.
oh, okay, yeah.
And then we just do like a chiller dinner, like where it's like she does lasagna, salad, and then we exchange gifts because their kids are getting older now too. So they used to just come over to our house in the morning. We'd all open gifts here, but
How far do they?
now
live
it's kind of
from
decentralized. So like Starship Commander came over in the morning with his fiance, and we did our gift exchange, and then we all met back up over at Erica's sisters.
you? How far do they live from here?
About 30 minutes.
Oh.
Or less. 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, I saw the picture, man. It looked, Santa brought a lot of presents. It was awesome.
So Santa brings specific things, but it's always just like, well, I don't know, but a majority of the stuff is absolutely from us, and then there's specific gifts that Santa brings for each kid.
Yeah, because there's a lot of kids in the world.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Big bag. I get it. I was Santa Claus one time.
Yeah. Moving on. So,
I did have a bell, but it's no longer.
it's no longer a
think
thing.
so.
It's no longer a thing.
Sorry, kids, if Christmas sucks next year. It's Kyle's fault. What are you going to do next year? You just going to attack the real Santa? Like you're just gonna act like that childish behavior.
I think you're confused with like Santa and ringing bells with like the Salvation Army Santa, trying to get money.
Nope. Santa rings a bell.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay,
She's gonna beat up Santa Claus next year.
if you're wearing the costume.
Where do we go from here?
Where do we go from here?
No, but it's been after Christmas, it's been interesting. Everything's been interesting.
Well,
We had a 2-week break, which
New
was
Year's,
cool.
man,
Yeah, New Year's.
which was extremely just like intentionally like uneventful on our side. Like, we did stay up and watch the ball drop from our bed, but that just like, all right,
Dude, that's what we did. We had,
we guys did a trip.
well, no, because we only lasted the one night.
Why?
Because the place that we were in had the apartment above it had a massive leakage, like a pipe burst, and then we woke up at like 5 a.m. to water just dripping through the AC units and through the wall, and you could see the wet spot. So it wasn't that bad, but it was bad enough to where we had to leave because they had to shut the water off to like pretty much that half of the building because it's not a massive condo. So
let me help a little bit again. So Blake planned a trip for just him and Nicole for New Year's
we kind of go into
to
detail.
go up to where? Up somewhere nice, rented a place or got an apartment or Airbnb type place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the spot above us had a pipe burst, so it was an event. So we drove 4 hours up there and then 4 hours back the next morning. And then pretty much just kind of chilled. Well, we went down to got some coffee, the next day went to Southport, so that was kind of cool. And then we just had dinner and we literally watched the ball drop on the couch.
Yeah.
Paused Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. Watched the ball drop. Went back to watching Pirates of the Caribbean. That is true. That's because my wife wanted to watch it.
Johnny Depp.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's the only reason. He's a real pirate.
So there's something about you and renting like bed and breakfasts or
Dude, I don't know.
Airbnbs.
I'm never picking again. That's it. I'm done. I'm not allowed to pick.
Yeah.
Last one was lube. This one, water pipe.
Leaky pipes.
Leaky pipes, dude.
Leaky pipes.
Maybe it's due to the lube. I don't know.
Just man children.
That wasn't much of a drum, was it? Let's redo that.
You trying to do a rim shot?
Yeah, how'd that sound? Better? A what?
Sound a rim shot or
What did you call that?
rim shot?
That sounds not appropriate that sounds a little...
Can you Google rim shot?
No, dude. I'm
Dude,
afraid
do
of
it.
what's going on.
I want to know what he's talking about.
Sounds sexual.
I think you need to get your mind out of the gutter, Mr. Lube and Leaky Pipes.
You're the one that laughed. We can do a replay. No, dude, just go to Google and type it in. Just type it in. Just freaking type it in. Oh.
Play the video.
Guess I was wrong. I'm
Play
sure
the-
we'll hear
play one
about
of
it.
those videos just with the audio so we can hear it.
See, you did it better, that one.
Oh.
Do it again. Done it. Yeah. Got it.
So a rim shot.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay. So where do we go from here?
Oh, dude, there's tons to talk about.
Well,
New Year started off crazy. Then
look how
all
you just
kinds of
try,
other
like how
crazy
you,
things.
like, you try to just like go around the fact that you just said that I said something sexual when I didn't. I said something that you were trying to use some weird noises to make, which is a rim shot.
I apologize for that.
Thank you. I accept your apology. And so do they. So do they.
I didn't apologize to you.
I
No,
love it.
the terror that they've put me through the last 3 episodes.
Yeah, but dude, I mean, it's in the episode. Like, you introduced yourself on the last one.
I thought it would make it go away, but it didn't.
AKA Blakeypoo, and then
I'm getting
and now
phone calls
it's
at
just-
3 in. People just, hello, Blakeypoo, click.
I'm gonna get to the structure clearance course, but I'm trying to think of anything else New Year's that was like. I mean, obviously, we're gonna save some of the New Year's Day attack stuff, and then the bomb going off at the Trump hotel there. But for the Patreon exclusive episode, just because I don't want to dive into it for this episode.
No.
My heart goes out to the victims and their families, and for the law enforcement officers that were able to respond. Great job. But the next bit of news that we got, was the being let known about the Gundies top 5.
Hey.
Top firearms instructor of the year for the second year.
You're going to win it this year. I feel it.
Yeah. But what about the not so top 5 nomination for Most Dapper?
Yeah, how did I not get that? But I am dapper as AF.
Yes, you are.
So sensitive.
So Blake believes, though, that this was because of his own doing. He didn't post enough about it.
Oh, no. If I'd have posted about it and committed to it, I would have won.
Yeah, you'd have won for sure.
But
because you're full of yourself.
I would have won for sure, dude.
That's his first reaction to me. But then later on, which isn't actually true, because you could post as much as you want about it. That whole system is kind of weird anyways. But I think it's like anyways, it's the voter's choice, man. The voter's choice award, kind of thing. But regardless of how much you posted or didn't post, you could have posted more. I didn't post at all on the firearms one, but yet I'm still top 5. I'm not saying it's about posting or not. What I'm saying is your first reaction was, I'd have made it if I'd have posted.
I definitely would have made it,
more.
100%.
Yeah. Well, it's good to believe in yourself. But then later on that day, you were like, I'm actually butthurt about it.
Yeah, because I am dapper.
Top 5?
Yeah. That just shows you that the Gundies is like the Dollar General of like.
Of what?
What's the movie one?
Golden Globe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
it's like the Dundies. The Dunder Mifflin.
I mean, come on. It's managed by like Chase.
Yeah. What'd you do to piss them off?
Exactly. What? Yeah. Get that burpee. Yeah. What did I do to y'all? It's okay though.
He's gonna
Start my own.
I struck a chord here. We might have to move
I'm
on.
gonna start my own.
Maybe next year.
No.
I will say that, like, I said this last year too about the top 5 thing. I'm like, why is it Kyle Morgan versus Blue Bearing? Because I don't teach by myself. You know what I mean? So it's something, I don't know. It's just something to do with the brands. I don't know.
It's a face. You'd
Yeah.
rather have a face than a brand.
Yeah. There is an element of that, but you could see some brands are up there, whether they got top 5 or not.
Because even like
I
content.
don't agree with who's on the top 5 anyways. So
Yeah,
It
the
is
top
what it
5 is. I mean, I don't know. I don't care who I make mad, but you're about the only one that's, in my opinion, that's. There's some others on there that I'm just like, okay, all right,
yeah.
cool, Roger that.
We may go, so I can fight the other 4, but I'm not going to fight anybody. Just kidding. No, it would be cool to go.
I'm gonna watch you
Just
get
to
beat up.
dress up and stuff. What'd you say?
I'm gonna watch you get beat up.
I don't choose violence anymore.
Better do
Um,
stretches.
Yeah. He's so upset right now that I brought this up. But we're going to work through this. We're gonna work through it. We're gonna work through it together.
Look at that. Look at that guy. That's Dapper. Right here. No, right here. Look at that.
Oh,
Whatever, dude.
yep.
Everybody in that category was scrawny. Yeah. Oh, man. You know what? You're going to get me fired up.
Oh,
You know what, Forge? Gundies is stupid. If you guys are running that and allowed that to happen, you know what? Not going to make it. Not going to make it. They're not going to make it.
yeah.
No, I'm creating something better. Something a little bit more realistic.
Yeah, I think.
You know what this reminds me of?
I think we should just.
This reminds me of like
I think we should
2020
move on.
voting fraud.
I think we should move on.
This is exactly what this is. Yep, let's move on.
I'm sorry I brought that up. Hmm.
Yeah, voting fraud out there. I am.
But
You know what? I am.
we did run the first course of the year.
Nobody cares about that. Let's go back to this. Okay? Because this is. Forge, y'all need to know that I know what you're doing. You know what? Most Dapper gets up there and he, you know what? I'm fighting everybody. I don't care.
Well,
Right.
Erica's going to watch this and be like, I'm not going at all.
Okay. Just kidding.
And if she doesn't go, I don't go. So,
We're giving hugs out, actually. That's
Yeah.
what I thought. Hugs. Yeah.
yep.
It's being a nice thing sucks.
Man. How do we,
You brought us here.
where do we go?
Well, you better pull us out. 'cause
Yeah, I
you-
tried. Structure
you brought
clearance.
us
So we
here.
did our first course of the year. 12 students, structure clearance, 2 days. Great course. You know, the thing that was really cool about that course was you had a few law enforcement kind of prior mill, but there wasn't actually one like law enforcement officer in that one, was there?
No, I did notice that.
There was a couple security
Yeah.
like company dudes, but what was really, and then private citizens or prepared citizens, but it was enjoyable because what I noticed, there wasn't like a massive deviation between like one person and another, right? Like in skill.
Yeah.
So it was like the whole group was kind of on the same.
There wasn't even any former LE guys in there. There were some former military guys, veterans, but
Yeah.
that's the first course that I think we've had there. It wasn't like at least one LE.
Mm-hmm. Well, definitely not active. I think there was somebody that used to be LE, but
I don't remember.
either way.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe
there
not.
was one.
Maybe not. Like the whole point about that, it's not like it's required that you're law enforcement to do our open enrollment courses. It's not. It's usually about half and half.
Yeah.
Like mill LE and then the other half like prepared citizen. This was different, but it wasn't a thing, man. Like even if there is a massive deviation between, you know, one person and like the person that has the best grasp of tactics, we still do a good job of like meeting everybody where they are. But as a class, like everybody was kind of moving through it and progressing, like
Yeah.
almost at the same time. You know, like these gates.
It was
It's a lot of
good.
work, but
Yeah.
that's that one kid. Just man, I gave him $100. He actually did it. Like he did it. I paid him. I said I followed through. I said if somebody
I slapped him.
if somebody calls Blakeypoo to his face, or the first person to do it, at least with me seeing it, I'd give him $100. So I gave him $100. He wanted me to donate it to a charity, so I donated it to I forget what the charity was that he sent, but I did it right then and there. So it was for charity.
Should have been for Jimmy's bike drive.
But then you guys are okay. But then, just kidding. It was his choice. You know what I mean? Maybe you should have shook his hand instead of slapping him.
Well, that was the deal. He got slapped.
Blake didn't slap him.
I slapped him in the back of the head.
But he definitely ran with it.
The whole time.
My man called you Blakeypoo like every 5 minutes.
every 5 minutes.
It's a bit much. So
It's your fault.
that wasn't my intent. But that's where you
offer people $100.
But that's where
I can't.
You got to follow
physically
through.
hit somebody.
You got to follow through.
Like during our course, like a blueberry instructor slapped me in the face. I was put in a bad spot there. All I had to do was just laugh.
You put in a bad spot. You put yourself in that spot.
You offered somebody $100
Mm-hmm.
to call me Blakeypoo in person. You put me there.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the online
so now
harassment.
So now that whole thing's over. So if you do it in person again, I'm gonna slap you. Just kidding. Do it.
Show's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. So the was there anything like that was really funny that happened in the course though? Outside of that, like pretty standard course, man. Like
No, yeah, it wasn't. That was a good group of, they were really eager to learn. So
Yeah.
that was cool. And then obviously Matt being in the course. So, bro, I never ask anybody for a photo ever. And we had our course. We had a student that was a maritime archaeologist, and he got all of his stuff from my ECU. So I had asked him. I was like, "Hey man, you ever like done like a pirate ship wreck or anything?" And he was like, "Yeah, I was I led the diving in 2012 on the Queen Anne's Revenge." And that was it, dude. I could,
he stopped instructing for the next day.
dude.
He was just following that dude around.
That dude was showing me photos. Like, man, that was I learned a lot. Like that was cool because then they were trying to find because I could tell that he knew what he was talking about too, because he was telling me that they were looking for the Ranger, which was the pirate ship that Blackbeard originally took over when he was a quartermaster. So, man, that was I never would have expected that, but
no, that is pretty cool.
just to like go down there and just to dive, because they can only do it 3 weeks out of the year because of like current and just where it's located. So, because he was saying that they
just haven't found the treasure.
I know where the treasure's at.
Blake knows where the treasure is.
It's under St. Thomas Church in Bath, North Carolina.
Yeah, just watch episode 2.
Buried with his body. Let me turn it into what
Or
episode
1.
is
I
this?
can't remember
6?
which.
Is this 6? Yeah, we just watch this one. We'll talk all about it.
No, we won't. But at the end of that course, and I don't care what you say, at the end of the course, we like to highlight. It's not a best operator, not even a best student, but highlight in a more significant way as a small gesture. Like if you come to a course, everybody that completes the course gets a shirt and some stickers that we don't sell, so it represents something, So like you can leave that course knowing that if you see that out in public, like someone's did a course with us. But then we highlight, 2 specific individuals typically, and give them something. And we don't like coordinate this. I pick one and he picks the other. And you could call it most improved, call it most ability to adapt to the environment, best adaptation. Who cares what it is, other than like showing an aptitude is what my whole intention with it is. And we rotate. Like if you picked first last time, like then I'll pick first the next time, right? And vice versa. We kind of do, we do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I picked first, and then he picked the guy that dove Queen's Anne Revenge.
So what are you insinuating based on no facts? No facts, just insinuation.
Not that Matt was a great student. I just feel like there was some. I would also say that about all the students in that class. But I was just curious if that had something to do.
Not at all.
I mean, my man went up and asked him for a photo. Like Blake asked Matt for a photo.
I have Queen Anne Revenge
and was
tattooed on my
smiling
neck.
from like ear to ear.
Of course, I'm going to ask him for a photo, but that had nothing to do with my decision.
It had nothing to do with it.
No, because on my run, he was the only one that picked up and understood
You did one
the
run.
verbiage.
You did one run?
Well, when we first did it, he was the only one that could pick it up and learned it right off the bat.
Ah.
If I said going deep, he didn't say going deep. He said go deep. He went long.
He
When
didn't
he
go
needed to
question,
long.
question?
Nope. So, hey man, that's not the statement that you made. There's no facts in that.
I'm just asking.
I saw things.
It just like, to me, was a bit like, all right, man, go on a date later kind of thing, you know?
Oh, we are.
Okay.
He's taking me up to the.
No, he messaged me too. He's a good dude, man. Like he wants us to come and help maybe with the church and stuff that he goes to.
That's what he was talking about because he's up in.
He sent me another message too.
in a
I gotta
wild
follow up,
area.
about something else.
But no, like a lot of those artifacts and stuff is at the Maritime Museum in Beaufort, North Carolina. If you guys ever want to go check them out, he was telling me about how all the ones that you see, he actually recovered those. Him and his team, of course. But they said it was challenging because they would go into the water one day and spend the whole day getting everything up, finding some things. And then they might just have a really bad current that night, and they go back down the next day, and it's like 3 feet of sand again.
Of Viz or whatever. Oh,
Yeah.
you can't see.
Yeah, it's just just the sand just piles right back onto
I
it.
gotcha. Yeah.
But I didn't know that there was. 40...
Maybe you're gonna go dive with him sometime.
Dude, I gotta learn how to dive. I gotta learn how to dive. I want to do that so
I
bad.
gave you some fins and a weight belt.
Yeah, I know.
Just go get in the ocean
I did boogie board with those.
with the fins.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You could pick some speed up for sure.
Yeah, I gave you the split fins, right?
Yeah. Nicole's like, you should listen to what he said and like try it out in the pool.
Yeah.
I'm like, Cole, try it out in the shallow end.
No, I was talking about yeah, definitely with the fins too, but like the weight belt for sure.
I'm not about putting the weight belt on in the ocean, dude. I'll drown.
And really, the only need for a weight belt is to help yourself like be neutrally buoyant. So, you can add a bit of weight if you need to with the tanks on and everything. You want to be neutrally buoyant when you're diving, but yeah. So
You want to hear a pirate joke?
no,
All right.
I don't think anyone does.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Yeah, they do.
I guess
All right.
we're gonna hear it.
You're going to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready? I'm so excited.
Yeah, you are.
All right. What is a pirate's favorite letter?
Arr.
That's what you would think, but it's actually the C. Dude, I've been waiting.
Sorry, buddy.
Come here,
buddy.
Shug.
Sorry, buddy.
Come here.
All right, you got
I've been waiting to tell that all day, dude. Lay down.
Was that your dad joke?
Yeah, that was.
Okay,
I
that's
got
good.
that from an old lady, man,
Mhm.
at one of the little food marts. Oh man, she
What
said
if I
that.
would have said C?
That'd have been
What
it.
if you could reverse it?
No, it's actually R.
Yeah, maybe. That was pretty good. It's one of those.
Everybody always
That's the
thinks
one that works once.
Dude.
Works
Yeah.
once.
See, I'm glad you laughed.
That was good.
I was gonna
I was
laugh
trying
regardless.
not to laugh, actually.
Were you?
Yeah.
Nah, but see, it's too good. I have a great joke.
So in lighter news, not that was super heavy, but can you pull up that most recent clip from old Zuckerberg? Does he have something?
You want me to pull it up? I mean, I don't know.
Oh, what did I say? Starship Commander?
Nope.
Did I use the wrong name?
Yeah.
Starship Commander, can you please?
Well, you actually said Blake.
Well, whatever. I still use the wrong name.
Oh, I did see
The owner of Facebook, started Facebook, then Instagram, Meta, right? They do all the things from a social media perspective on those two platforms, but definitely a left-leaning person for a long time, and for whatever reason or another, just time, and I think just exposure to what's been going on in our society these past several years, and
people scared.
seems like he's coming around, man, because we live this every day on our social media as far as these community guideline violations, right? Like on our accounts even.
Wow.
And my issue with it from our perspective on what we put out is I have to work within the confines of what social media can do for us and not violate the guidelines, but every time I've gotten a community guideline violation, every time, it says something about like nothing about firearms. It says nothing about firearms. It always says, and from my perspective, it's always for like prohibited items, and it'll say like, and maybe that firearms fall under that, but nothing directly says there's a firearm in your
It
video.
sounds like drugs.
Yeah,
and-
it'll say like drugs or tobacco use or whatever, and it's just like there's this like stupid process where you appeal it and then you wait, and I'll appeal it twice, and if it doesn't work, I'll just delete the video. And it's kind of from a creator perspective, it's just really, it's ridiculous because we're not doing anything illegal. We can illegally possess the things that we're showing, and it's not trying to show people how to harm others. It's preparedness, right? And it's yeah. So to me, this video kind of talks about his most recent update. So
get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our policies, and restoring free expression on our platforms. More specifically, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes similar to X, starting
pause
in
that
the
real quick?
US.
So I haven't had to deal with a fact checker thing, but you've seen those, right? Where somebody posts a video and then it says this is restricted due to fact checking or whatever. It'll say specifically that this thing violates the fact check. And
especially like political stuff.
Yeah.
It was doing that a lot.
Just to give a little bit more context.
After Trump first got elected in 2016, the legacy media wrote nonstop about how misinformation was a threat to democracy. We tried in good faith to address those concerns without becoming the arbiters of truth. But the fact checkers have just been too politically biased and have destroyed more trust than they've created, especially in the US. So over the next couple of months, we're going to phase in a more comprehensive community notes system. Second, we're going to simplify our content policies and get rid of a bunch of restrictions on topics like immigration and gender that are just out of touch with mainstream discourse. What started as a movement to be more inclusive has increasingly been used to shut down opinions and shut out people with different ideas, and it's gone too far. So I want to make sure that people can share their beliefs and experiences on our platforms. Third, we're changing how we enforce our policies to reduce the mistakes that account for the vast majority of censorship on our platforms. We used to have filters that scanned for any policy violation. Now, we're going to focus those filters on tackling illegal and high-severity violations. And for lower severity violations, we're going to rely on someone reporting an issue before we take action.
Pause it real
The
quick.
problem is...
So I think that's huge. Like for us, like just, we're not posting political things, but we do the things that we do post, they will be these violations, right? These community guideline violations. And this is what he's speaking on that's going to help us. Now, we have to hold each other accountable, right? If you're putting something out that's harmful to others or violating operational security of things, or like, we have to account for one another here. And I think that's great that he's going to open it back up to a report based kind of thing.
Yeah.
Unless it's something illegal, right? Like, you're doing something illegal, you're going to get, because what's happening is these algorithms or whatever you want to call it are just like catching one word in a caption or catching something in the video itself and just flagging it and then taking it down even sometimes.
It's the same with my bio. My bio got flagged again this morning.
My bio keeps getting flagged, but
and it doesn't say anything. Like, it's...
You know why it's getting flagged?
It's crazy.
Because there's a cross in it.
It's got to be. Because it's a cross.
That's the only reason.
Husband, father, at Blue Bearing, at Blk Blu Podcast.
Which, Zuck, you got to fix that, man.
Yeah, dude.
That's huge, because everything you're saying right there, like, there's not hate speech. It's just, hey man, the most important relationship I have is with my Heavenly Father. And me being able to show that as a part of who I am on a bio is in good taste. Like, that's huge, man.
You know what? I wish we could just bring back Tom.
Tom, where you at? MySpace.
Tom.
He's everybody's friend.
I got to pick my
You're
top
too young
5
for
friends.
MySpace, dude.
Dude, no, I'm not. I had top 5
What was your profile
friends.
song?
Dude, whatever I wanted it to be.
Okay.
I changed it like probably once a week.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You were one of those guys.
I was.
Mm.
But you know what never changed?
What?
My top homie on there stayed number 1.
Tom.
Tom.
Yeah.
I kept Tom as number one. Always did.
Dude, MySpace was like, when it first came out, man, it was the coolest thing ever, you know?
Because before that, it was.
You know what my song was? It stayed there.
What was
for
it?
the most part. It was always the same one.
Vanilla Ice.
Bon Jovi.
Oh, okay. I had that.
Blaze of Glory.
No, I had the.
Yeah. Because that's how I was living my life, man. Going down to Blaze of Glory.
Oh man. Yeah,
I think that's the song.
MySpace was it, dude. Because then before that, it was AOL Messenger and then MSN Messenger. You have no idea Starship Commander the struggle it was to hit AOL dial-up internet. Copyright.
Oh, sorry.
Copyright.
Sorry, Bon Jovi.
Wow.
At Bon Jovi.
We're banned. We're
My
banned.
bad.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining in. We're banned.
We can sing it, but
Wow.
we can't play it. Let's continue.
Yeah, let's just continue before we get banned.
Is that the filters make mistakes, and they take down a lot of content that they shouldn't. So by dialing them back, we're going to dramatically reduce the amount of censorship on our platforms. We're also going to tune our content filters to require much higher confidence before taking down content. The reality is that this is a trade-off. It means we're going to catch less bad stuff, but we'll also reduce the number of innocent people's posts and accounts that we accidentally take down. Fourth, we're bringing back civic content. For a while, the community asked to see less politics because it was making people stressed, so we stopped recommending these posts. But it feels like we're in a new era now, and we're starting to get feedback that people want to see this content again. So we're going to start phasing this back into Facebook, Instagram, and Threads while working to keep the communities friendly and positive. Fifth, we're going to move our trust and safety and content moderation teams out of California, and our US-based content review is going to be based in Texas. As we work to promote free expression, I think that it will help us build trust to do this work in places where there is less concern about the bias of our teams. Finally, we're going to work with President Trump to push back on governments around the world that are going after American companies and pushing to censor more.
That's a pretty big statement.
Yeah, but again, in 4 years, if Trump gets out, it's going to go back to whoever. I mean,
we can't just take good news and for what it is. We got to talk about.
No, I love it.
Hypothetically, in 4 years from now.
No, I love it because everybody now is scared and changing their ways. I love it.
Blake
Keep
just
sending
like,
it.
we give up, man. We got to make our own social medias.
Hey, we'll create something else.
Either way, so like that last part too, like about the censorship outside of the United States, like I mean that's a real thing.
I feel like I'm shadow banned all the time.
Yeah.
That's why I haven't been posting nothing. Because
that's also why I didn't win Most Dapper.
I could. I mean, I have 111,000 followers. I would have posted it.
Yeah. He does.
Yeah. After this, I got to sign autographs, so we got to speed this up.
Anyways, so the Canadian Prime Minister resigned.
Good for those people. That guy sucked. Good for those people. That guy sucked for them. I mean, we thought we had it bad. Whew.
Yeah.
They had it really bad.
I don't know much about Canada to speak on it like that.
Their taxes were high. They banned AR-15s. Like they had everywhere had like magazine, like especially like pistols had like magazine capacities, like because you can't even. They wouldn't even let them ship the stuff that goes on the end of the nods, where you can let light in. You know what I'm talking about? We have them. But there's another company that makes them.
Things,
in Canada.
Fusion, whatever.
Because
the
it's
taser
like
clips.
Yeah, because it's like MVG, mil spec or whatever. They won't even let them ship them here. So
yeah. I
did a little research on it, and I some of my followers over the years have just told me how bad it sucks.
I know enough about it. I just I know I'm not Canadian. I haven't lived in Canada. I don't know what it's like to live in Canada. I've been there a couple times, but I will say that it's the reason I bring that up is because Trump more recently, I think at his pre-inauguration like press release stuff, like
It's gonna be a state.
yeah, he wants to make he said this before, I guess, but
How
he
crazy
said it
would that
again
be?
in the context of like they need to come on over, be the 51st state, which I don't think is what Canada should do at all. I'm not saying that, but he was pressed in that same conversation because in the same conversation he was having, he was talking about Greenland, and he's talking about renaming the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America.
Dude, I love it.
Yeah, and then like even
we're back, baby.
not ruling out the use of military force to take over Greenland, which is a territory of Denmark.
Then he
But-
sent the message out to Hamas.
Oh, did he?
That was like, hey man, you got like 2 weeks to release these hostages, or he literally said all hell is gonna rain down on you.
Good.
He goes, so figure this out. You have 2 weeks to figure this out.
But he talked about using economic force for Canada, which in that conversation, he's talking about the money that we use and either way, I think we should, just like the North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, like we need to reinvigorate all of those things to open up the lines of commerce better between North America. But I do have a question for Blake. On the map that that Starship Commander is gonna pull up, I want you to show me where Greenland is.
Pull it up.
Pull it up.
Oh, God.
Don't read it.
Well, I gotta
Just
go over
point. Just a general direction.
It's over there.
Over where?
Top right.
Top right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I wish I had a laser pointer. But yeah, so if you could move the cursor over by, that's Canada. Yay. Is it right there?
I can't see, but it's over in that direction, right?
Is it?
It's over a little bit more.
A little bit more. Right there?
Nope.
No?
It's the big piece of land over there.
Hmm.
That's why we want it. Right there.
Greenland. So why else do we want it?
Well, he's saying it's. I don't know. I haven't really read into it. He's saying it's for some type of protection or something, but I don't know enough about it. I've never been there.
Think about what we have on the other side.
We got Russia on the other side.
Well, no, of Canada. What do we have on the other side there?
I can't see.
We were just there.
Oh yeah, I never want to go back there ever.
Yeah, but just looking at like
Oh yeah, well it's like all U.S.
So the-
is surrounds.
like the
Yeah.
Pacific over here in the Atlantic, it's going to create more space for us to position things and to deter any other types of attacks or infiltration type stuff.
Oh
But
yeah, especially from. So can you go over a little bit or no?
no, that's just that whole map sheet. This will make a lot more sense in a second. Part of it is like quizzing you on if you knew where Greenland was. And the irony of this is Greenland is vastly like mountainous snow top and ice, right?
Yeah.
Whereas
And Iceland not.
is like almost the reverse.
Yeah, I did know
Very
that. I
green
learned that
and-
in the 4th grade.
Yeah, good. West Virginia.
That's all we learned.
But
So you'll never you coal mining bulls will never go there, but we're gonna talk about it.
so like at least West Virginia, you're taught that, but Fayetteville education thinks that if you look on this map right here in the lower, just bear with me. The lower left portion here from the United States off the coast of California and Mexico there is a series of islands that we call those Hawaii, right? It's a state, but it's about 2,400 miles or so from the coast there of California. So, can you do me a favor and just pull up the other map?
I know where this is going.
Yeah.
This is great.
We have to.
I have to. I'm so excited for this.
I've been waiting to do this. So, on this map here, right, it's just a little more like
kindergarten map.
Yeah, it's just like kind of zoomed in here. You got all the states, and then you got Alaska, and then Hawaii down in the bottom left there. They're doing that to show the states.
Yep.
Right, the 50 states. Now, just because they're bringing Hawaii and Alaska over into this representation doesn't mean it's actually that close.
No.
Right?
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Because if it was that close, we could build maybe not a bridge, right? So
underground.
I did some research. Like the longest bridge that's built currently is 104 miles long. I think it's in China somewhere. And I don't know how long it took. Let's just say it took 4 years to build. To build a bridge to Hawaii would take, if it was even possible, which based on the depth of the Pacific, it's probably not even possible. It would probably take something like 400 years to build it. So we'd know if this thing was being built, right? Wouldn't we?
I think so.
We would know. It'd be a big deal. I'm trying to figure out how to do this where you share a story about your vacation to Jamaica, right? Wonderful. Wasn't it Jamaica?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was in Jamaica, but what he's talking about here is my wife asked me if we could just take a random trip to Hawaii. And she wanted to do like a road trip across the states. And I said, okay, well, oh, no, this is when I got the van. She was like, oh, we'll drive the van to Hawaii. I'm like, oh, all right. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, well, how are we going to do that? She's, drive it to Washington and then we'll just take the bridge to Hawaii. I was like, say that again. She was.
Wasn't she at the weren't y'all at the airport? Because didn't someone else like comment?
So
on this?
that was a different.
That was different?
Yep. So I had a corrector on that one.
Oh.
So Starship Commander, go back to the other map, please. So on our way back from Jamaica.
Okay. I'm mixing stories up.
We are sitting at the airport in Atlanta. And there's this big, like, I don't know, 100-inch screen that's displaying this with all the flights going everywhere. But Canada doesn't say Canada and it doesn't say Mexico. Well, she's sitting here kind of like this and the airport is slammed. It's like 3 o'clock Atlanta. And she stands up and she's looking at the map and she's like a good 20 yards from me. And she's like, honey, she goes, I have a question. I'm like, all right. I'm like, lower your voice. She's already gotten people's attention. And she goes, what's this bottom piece of land right here? And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, this piece right here, pointing at Mexico. I'm like, that's Mexico, Nicole. Like, how do you not know that? And she's like, I didn't know that. They didn't teach me that in school. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure they did. Come back over here and sit down. I see people like smirking and laughing and giggling. So I put my headphones back in. And then I see her jump back up. She goes back over to the board. I take my headphone out and she goes, what's this top piece of land right here? And some guy goes, that's Canada, dumb.
It's a burpee.
And then I'm like, dude, I'm like looking over at this guy and I'm like, I can't say nothing to him because I agree with him. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. But then she comes and she sits back down. And then one more thing, go back to the other map. In June, we go to, was it June that we went to Alaska?
July
we went to Alaska. And and I'm like, man, it's going to be nice, but I think it's still kind of cold. And she's like, oh my gosh. She goes, how can it be so cold? She goes, Blake, I don't understand how Alaska gets so much snow. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, why? I don't understand. Like, it's right next to Hawaii and right under Arizona.
That's what
I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, no. I'm like, where did you hear this? She goes, Blake, on the map. On the map, it's got Hawaii. And then there's it's like, I don't know, a couple miles from Alaska and then right below Arizona. She goes, how does it get snow? I'm like, Nicole, that's just a map showing you that the extra states that just aren't attached to America. And she had no idea what that even was. I got to do my burpee.
Yeah.
Or I won't do it.
Well, we love you, Nicole. Thank you for supporting Blake and everything that he does, and then with this mission we're on. And thank you for
giving us jokes,
giving us some things to talk about.
I
have literally been thinking about how to bring that up. I couldn't remember. There was like just 3 stories right there,
dude.
And So I tried to set it up when I saw that video about Trump in Greenland. I was like, oh, I'm going to set this up. And either way, we learned something today.
I knew where Greenland was at.
Yeah, sure. I put a map up that if I'd have put the whole world up, that'd have been a different story.
I would have known.
You would have what?
I would have known.
You would have?
Because I want to go there because of the... I see a bunch of pictures.
Let's go ahead and throw that in the comments, guys. Would Blake have known had I put a whole world map up? Yeah, they're not actually going to answer because they haven't watched this yet. But I think that's a good spot to wrap her up. The timer's not there, so I don't know where we're at, but I'm pretty sure we're close to time. He's still in shock about what I just said. But hope you enjoyed this episode. Once again, please hit that like button. Please, give us a follow and subscribe. Look into the ACAM, Kyle. But click that subscribe button. Help us kind of grow this podcast. Check us out on Blue Bearing's Patreon for the exclusive only seen check us out on Blue Bearing's Patreon. Like I can fix that in post, or you can check us out on Patreon.
We're not going to.
Yes, we are.
Do I need to translate that?
Go ahead. So click and subscribe. Hope you enjoy this episode. Click and subscribe. Click that bell notification to get notified when the next episode comes out on YouTube. Follow us on Blue Bearing's Patreon for exclusive episodes.
You said that already.
5 episodes out now. Check them out. But until then, he's just going to keep laughing because that's how
Let's continue to train.
Let's just continue to train. Whatever. We're done.
Later.
Yeah, we do it at the same time.
You're doing fine.